Wonderful weather means summer.
Summertime.
And summer means E3.
You know, we thought we'd take the time to talk a little bit about what you can expect to see at E3 and what we think we're going to get to see and what we know we're going to get to see. This show we're going to talk about the big three, the hardware manufacturers, and what they might have planned for us.
So let's start with taking a look at Microsoft.
Yeah.
Because they're first out. What do you think? What do we know they're going to show?
Well, I mean, with Microsoft, it's like there's a saying that every rumor is true when it comes to Microsoft, and that's, you know, every time they have a press conference, things leak, and we know what's going to be on the show. And of course, there's been a major leak. We don't know if it's authentic or not, but if it's true, then we're going to get to see Alan Wake, a lot of it. We're going to get to see something called Xbox Fluid, and I don't really know. We get to see what that is, and a new Peter Molyneux game from Lionhead that, you know, it got a little bit lost amongst everything else, but that's probably what I'm most excited about. According to that rumor, it was called Richter, or the nickname for it was Richter, and
it's going to be the most awesome game ever.
Well, you know, that's a given when it comes to Peter Molyneux. We know it's going to be something extra, and he's been hinting about this second project that they've been working on for, I don't know. I remember I was on a press trip to Lionhead like in 2004, and he was talking about Project Dimitri back then, and I think he'd been talking about it for 5 years before that as well. So it's, if that's the project that they're going to reveal, you know, there's reason to be hyped about it, but at the same time, you know, we know that it's Peter Molyneux, and sometimes he just likes to blow hot air in our direction, and it could be something entirely different, of course. So Xbox Fluid, what do you think of it, and is it like Microsoft's answer to Wii, or?
Yeah, that's what it looks like right now, like a motion sensitive sensor thing that you put in your TV that uses the camera as well. It pisses me off.
What I think is like, you know, haven't we grown a little bit tired of waving around and flailing around? I don't know. Maybe if they can do it a little bit differently, it will spark my interest. But it feels like Microsoft have been doing, a lot of the time they've been doing this like with lips. They got there like 3 years after SingStar or 4 years after SingStar, and it's just like, you know, they feel like they have to do it to have the complete package on Xbox, but I don't know that the support is there to sort of make sure that it becomes something that, you know, more than 1 or 2, 3, 4 games might use. I don't know if it's there.
Yeah, in general, they're way too late. They should have done this about a year after Wii was released, and just like more or less like the Sony did with the 6-axis controller. Yeah. Even though, really, don't get me started on the 6-axis controller.
You know, they are providing the hardcore with Alan Wake and Peter Molyneux's new game, and I expect them to have a few exclusives, third-party exclusives. They've been pretty successful with the downloadable content that they released exclusively on GTA and Fallout 3. And, you know, there has been rumors that they might do something similar with Modern Warfare 2 or Assassin's Creed 2 or something like that. And I think that's something we can expect from Microsoft. But there is also the game from Big Park that's going to be revealed there, and I don't know what that is. And you should expect a new game from Rare. Perfect Dark 2 has been rumored for a long time, and you know, with the fact that Perfect Dark showed up on PartnerNet, you know, it's sort of hints that we might get to see it. It's also, but it's a hard thing. Like, how big do you want to make the announcement of Perfect Dark 2? Because Perfect Dark 0 sort of left a bad aftertaste, and do you really want to, you know, go all out and sort of, oh, this is Perfect Dark 2, it's going to be our big announcement at E3, and then sort of wake up to the fact that really it's been 10 years and people don't care that much about it. That would be terrible. So either they're going to do that separately, or it's not going to be the big announcement at E3. Oh, we forgot to mention, of course, Metal Gear Solid 4, that rumor. It never goes away. It makes sense that Metal Gear Solid 4 would come to Xbox 360, or what do you think?
what else is it going to be? If there's actually going to be a Metal Gear Solid 4, what's there's a subtitle to it as well, Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah, there's something called Oxide, and it's rumored that it's something exclusive then. But you know, it's just these days neither PlayStation 3 or Xbox 360 really have the installed user base to have third-party exclusives for all time, because you know the game is made and Konami just wants to make money. I mean, it makes sense to port it over if there's not like a binding exclusive agreement with Sony for all time, which you know doesn't happen in business. I mean, it's just unheard of. So I would expect it to arrive at some point, and the timing is pretty good because it's been a year since it was released on PlayStation 3, so they might. It's one of those things where Microsoft have been picking off the PlayStation exclusives one by one, and this is the next one, I guess.
Just wrap things up. We have what might be a motion controller that we can use to play Metal Gear Solid 4 and Alan Wake. And
I hope not. I don't want to flail around for a whole adventure of Alan Wake.
I want to see you sneak around in the offices playing Snake. It's going to be awesome. And we might have a new Peter Molyneux game.
And maybe Perfect Dark 2, who knows. But I mean, when I'm talking about all this, I think that we're going to get underwhelmed a little bit because they would never reveal that many things. So, you know, keep it low key. You know, there might not be 5 megatons. Maybe they'll just keep it to 1 or 2. I don't know.
Let's just hope they have a more interesting press conference this year than they've had lately.
Yeah, well, I mean, lately they've sort of limited the fact that they've usually focused on the titles that come out in the same year, and it's a little bit boring. But you know, it's just boring. There's no upside to it. I want to see games that come out in 2012.
We want the future of entertainment at E3. The future, please.